Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today is the session about SBR 360, SBR 360, where we will discuss or where we will develop a right strategy, a right direction about the preparation of the SBR exam towards the success of the exam. That's very much important. And I'm going to discuss a very concrete aspect, which the student must have to focus during the preparation of the exam. Do remember that if you people having gap between your preparation style and the examiner expectation, it's not possible to qualify the ACCA professional exams, all professional exams, including SBR. So actually what this slide about, this slide about SBR having 5 syllabus areas. SBR having 5 syllabus areas. As I already discussed my introduction section. But I'm starting that particular session with a course, with more focusing that particular point, and then we will start with the practice questions accordingly. So the point is that there are 5 important core areas of the syllabus, and you have to develop your skill to equally weightage according to the marks allocated to the exam, number 1, and number 2, your preparation must in a style. Your preparation must in a style that you develop your ability to integrate the thing. That's the key point. So you people must have to develop the strategy not to prepare the exam independently of all topic, but also able to integrate the things. Number 1, you are good enough knowledge of the accounting standard. That's the number 1 point. That's IFRS. But the point is that you have a good knowledge of accounting standards. It's not enough. You must be able to deliver a good knowledge of conceptual framework plus integrate the IFRS and the accounting issues with the conceptual framework. You people are good enough about the knowledge of ethical implications, but this is not good enough. This is not enough. You have a good knowledge about ethical implications, but this is not enough. You must have to develop an ability to integrate the accounting issues with the ethical implications. Or I can say some IFRS knowledge integrate with ethical matters. You people must have to develop a good knowledge about the performance measurement, but the performance measurement aspect you must have an ability to integrate the performance measurement issues with the accounting issues with the IFRS. And same case with the current development. So students normally not fail. Due to that reason, they have independent knowledge of all the areas of the syllabus. But students normally fail that they have a lackness to integrate the syllabus areas. That's the key point. That's the first thing that we are gathered here for today's session. Number 2, how to handle the time management and how to handle the marks management. This is the another key point for the consideration. Knowledge of the syllabus, it's not much important, or I can say it's not equal important, where the marks management and time management having equal weightage. For example, you have good enough knowledge, but not able to present the things within the time framework with the marks allocation, that you people are not able to qualify your exam. Both are equal weightage. So now we are moving towards the important thing, we are moving towards the important thing. We are practicing some questions. For example, an accounting standard called IAS 37. I have taken, or I have chosen an accounting standard IAS 37. And I have also taken some syllabus area plus exam questions. And we are now here to discuss the thing. What are the different dimensions the examiner asked within the past papers? So based on this, we can get the knowledge of the accounting standard as well as we can get the expectation of the examiner based on this integration as well. Based on this integration as well. Now come on. For example, one of the accounting area of the syllabus that's called IAS 37. The IAS 37 is about provision, contingent liability, contingent asset. Okay. Considering your previous knowledge, you people having good enough knowledge of the IAS 37. And if you refer my IAS 37 complete lecture, IAS 37, you people aware that what is about the good complete knowledge about the IAS 37. One of the extract of the IAS 37 is about the recognition of the provision. When we can recognize our provision. So accounting standard says that number one, you can recognize the provision once these three conditions meet. Number one, whenever any circumstances arises, whenever any event arises, and based on that particular event, you said that based on that particular event, some present obligation arises, either legal or constructive. To remember, the event occur and you are now become obliged. That is a core definition of the liability. You must have to be obliged that something already happened and you become obliged. Number one. Number two, the outflow related to that obligation must be probable. Number three, the estimation of that provision must be reliable. If these three conditions meet, then you can say that we can make the provision. Income statement debit, provision credit. If it's about the asset debit, provision credit. So this is what the knowledge related to provision, number one. Knowledge related to provision. Now, I am not here to discuss everything about IAS 37. I am here to provide you the right direction towards the success of the SBR. And that is what's SBR 360. SBR 360 means you have to cover all angles, all dimensions of the syllabus. This is what about the dimension. In this particular lecture, we will try to discuss the thing. The IFRS knowledge is not enough to qualify, but the other dimensions also considerable. So start the lecture with the first dimension called IFRS. So if we discuss all the dimensions, including ethics, including conceptual framework, including performance measurement, that's called the SBR 360. So can you people reply that? What is the meaning of, what's the term mean SBR 360? Can you please reply me? Thank you. I will appreciate the other people also reply to me. Okay, so let's say if you cover that definition, and I have extracted one particular question of SBR, exam alert, that's the question of September 2018, extract question number 2A. Extract question number 2A. So this is what about the question. Can you please read that particular question? Can you please read that question? Don't you worry that you will get this document after the session. Read once and do reply me, considering the knowledge of the IS 37, what we have just reviewed above. Is it possible to make the provision, yes or no? Reply me your answer, yes or no. First reply, no. Moreover, okay. Okay. So now I'm going to read the question. For home manufacturers, white goods such as washing machine, tumble dryers, dishwashers, current year end 30th June expired. So one of the incident that is about factory subsidies. Factory subsidies means some of the maintenance work, the event arises which reflects that some maintenance works need to consider, or we have to work out for the maintenance, or we have to work out to overcome that problematic issue. Fareham as a production facility which started to show sign of subsidence found since X8. It is probable that Fareham will have to undertake major repair sometime during X9 to correct the problem. Fareham does not insurance policy, but likely to cover subsidence. Okay. The COO argues that provision for the repair to the factory should be made. Okay, this is what the COO requirement. This is what COO requirement. Work out the major repair and systems. So the point is that if the answer is that provision should be made, or provision should not be made, we cannot get the marks by just writing that with the final decision, provision should be made or provision should not be made. This is the wrong way. We will not be able to get the marks. But what the examiner expectation to present the answer in this manner. Examiner expect that you have to, number one, present the knowledge of the issue, knowledge of the accounting standard. The first very important thing that is about the knowledge. The first very important thing, knowledge. So what you should do whenever you are making a preparation of the accounting standard and practicing the question of the accounting standard, the first thing is that whenever you identify the accounting issue, you have to present the knowledge of accounting standard about that particular issue. So here, you have to present your knowledge. Provision, IS 37, provision, contingent liability assets. He states that provision should only be recognized if there is a present obligation from a past event, an outflow of economic resources is probable, and the obligation can be measured reliable. So first thing, you have to present your knowledge. some important aspect. It is not compulsory that you have to write the complete name of the accounting standard. You can just mention like this. IS 37 states that. Number one. Number two, it's not compulsory to write the exact wording of the accounting standard. You must have to write it with your own wordings. That's the point. By the way, if you if you prepare about the accounting standards preparation during the preparation, so you heard the accounting standard aspects, for example, these three conditions, then you practice by your own. So 3 to 5 times, whenever you study with the 3 to 5 times by reading, by listening. So most of the people already establish a mindset what to write. So not to worry about it. The very first thing is about the knowledge. Then you have to connect the thing with the case. Then you have to connect the thing with the case. That is the case. That you have to mention. In this particular case, the provision cannot be made. For example, no provision for the repair to the factory should be made, because connection of the case means mention your answer with the reason. Because there is no legal or constructive obligation to repair the factory. Means there is no obligation arise. No obligation. Although outflow is probable, measurement is reliable, but the condition that all three must have to be, these three conditions actually must have to accumulate. The expenditure could be avoided by changing the nature of operations, and it has no present obligation of the future expenditures. Do remember that the obligation means some responsibility that's now become on your shoulders and you cannot avoid. That's called obligation. Once again, obligations means, obligations means does some responsibility have now become taken on your shoulders and you cannot withdraw. You cannot avoid it. You cannot get rid of until unless you have to compensate. But here in this case, there is no sense of responsibility. Candidates, can you please reply me? Are you getting the point? Are you developing your mind? How you will present your answer in the exam? This is what about the direction. The very first thing. Moreover, furthermore, there is another concept about the provision related to restructuring. There is another concept about the provision that's called restructuring. One moment. One moment. Okay. I hope that all clear now. One another concept that's You have already studied in FR, and examiner examine this particular matter with this aspect. That's about the restructuring, the provision about restructuring. The provision for restructuring costs, that's develop your mindset. What is about the restructuring? For example, if you stand, for example, your year end 31st December 21, and you wanted, actually, you have a plan. The company have a plan to shut down one particular plant and relocate some other country. That is the point. So this is what about the example of the restructuring. Example of the restructuring. There are two possibilities here related to this shutdown and relocate. The plan, or there are two possibilities here, or already started. Already have started. They have a plan or already have started. So that is the mindset about the restructure. What accounting standard says? Accounting standard says that provision for restructuring is recognized only when the general recognition criteria of provision are met. Number one, general recognition criteria, this one. That's something already obliged. Cash flows probable and reliable estimate. Number one. And examiner says that in this context, constructive obligation only arise when there are two, number one, there is a detailed formal business plan, the very first thing, plus detailed formal plan, plus, you remember this plus. There should be a one detailed plan, plus this plan have already started. Already started, that means already started here. Or if not yet start, if it's only plan, the announcement already made, either already started or at least an announcement made, which results a creation of valid expectation. That's a very important point. And that is what about the knowledge you have already FR. So whenever you are going to decide either to make the provision for restructuring or not, you have to gauge that in the case. Either, number one, the detailed formal plan establish one. Number two, whoever the affected parties, like the employees, like the customer, like the government, like the vendors, these are the affected parties, maybe the affected parties. We have created the valid expectation at the making of the time of the provision, either by way of execution of the start or by at least announcement. This is what about the provision for restructuring. Moreover, accounting standard says, you have to make the provision. You have to make the provision. The very important thing, you have to make the provision with the particular aspect. Means what the things include in the provision. That's cost necessary for restructuring but not the ongoing activities. My detailed notes already mentioned it. My detailed lectures already includes the list of that matter. For example, necessary for the restructuring cost, some redundancy cost, some customer or any penalty cost. You can make the provision. But any retraining cost, which is the part of the ongoing activity. Retraining means you are shut down one plant and relocate somewhere. So for relocation, some of the employees to relocate and having a training plan, having some marketing, having some network. This is what about the ongoing activities. We cannot make provision for this. That's the key point. So this is what about another question. This is what about another question. You please read that particular question and work out accordingly. Read it quick. After that question, we will discuss. After that question, you have established a good background or you have established a good direction how to write the accounting standards too. After this question, moreover, going forward, we will add the I-37 with ethics. I will add the IS-37 with performance measurement. I will add the IS-37 with the conceptual framework. That is the point. And that is the complete area of the SBR 360. So are you getting the point? How to handle the things accordingly? How to get the right direction of the preparation? Can you please reply me? If you are not replying me, if you don't say something about this issue, then how I will understand that particular point, that am I going in the right manner to meet your expectation or not? This is the syllabus is not just about, it's not just about to get the knowledge of a standard and throw by your own wish. This is not this way. Okay, come on. Read that particular question, and prepare your mind accordingly. Okay, what do you say that? How can we make the provision accordingly? Okay, if I say that trailer, a public limited company operates, trailer, a public limited company operates in the manufacturing sector. During the year end, 31st makes 5, trailer announced 2 major restructuring plans, two restructuring. To remember, year end, 31st makes 5. The first plan, the first one, reduce its capacity by closure of some of its smaller factories which have already been identified. This will lead to redundancy, 500 employees who have all individually been selected and communicated with. The cost of this plan, 9 million in redundancy, 4 million retraining, 5 million lease termination. So the cost of the plan, 9 million redundancy. That is what we have to work out. 4 million retraining. What do you say about this retraining? Can we make the provision? Can you please reply me yes or no? About the retraining cost, can we make the provision? We cannot make the provision for retraining because it's ongoing activity. And what about this 5 million lease termination? We can make the provision. Yes, we can make the provision because it's directly associated with the restructuring, or we can say so-called onerous contract. Onerous means through which we cannot avoid. We cannot avoid that. We cannot avoid the losses. The second plan is to reorganize the finance and information technology department over 1 year period, but does not commence for 2 years. That is the point. So planned result 20% staff, this plan result 20% staff losing their jobs during restructure. The cost of this plan and 10 million redundancy cost, 6 million is the redundancy cost, 7 million equipment leasing cost. What do you say about the second plan? We cannot make the provision. Once again, discuss the treatment of each restructuring financial statement. 31st makes 5. That is the point. What do you say? To get the marks, what we will say? Number one, the plan 1. To remember that when you are writing, you must have to develop the mind that during the writing, I must have to present number 1. Or during the writing, my material should include the knowledge plus case. Knowledge plus case connection. Knowledge plus case connection. So always remember this act, knowledge, case connection. That's important. Okay. So number 1, provision for restructuring should be recognized with respect of the closure factory in accordance with IS 37. Plan has been communicated to relevant employees. You will say that we have made the provision because we have created valid expectation. We have well communicated to the employees, those who will be redundant, and the factory have already identified. Means the plan is very much clear and the valid expectation already created. Number 1. This answer about when, this answer about how much. This about when to recognize. Number 2, how much. Mark my word, before answering any question, you must have to plan. Whatever you are writing the question, you have to write first, you have to plan first, then move out accordingly. A provision should only be recognized for directly attributable cost, not benefit to ongoing activity. Thus, the provision should be recognized for redundancy, lease termination, none for retraining. That is the point. And you have to mention debit, credit. So one more thing we have identified first. Whenever we are preparing our SBR, so first thing is that we have to plan the thing accordingly, what we should write the thing. Then we will attack accordingly. My next session, I will more emphasize about this thing. Before attempting, you have to plan first what to write. First plan, then write it. This is called quality preparation. Don't focus on quantity of the question. Focus on quality of the question. And this is, even though quality requires time, quantity does not matter time. So quality preparation is about integrate the thing. Integrate the syllabus area, all the aspects. Quality preparation means you must have a good plan. Quality preparation means marks management, time management. And this is all about SBR 360. Normally students prepare, you know that worldwide the results are now dropping off the SBR. What's the reason? I've introduced that particular course with that style. I am bearing in my mind that why, what the reason? Examiner particular mention with the complete aspect in this report. This is what about the report. This is what examiner report. And this examiner report includes these components, these highlighted components. Whatever I am saying to you, actually I've extracted from these examiner report aspects. This is not my wordings. These are examiner report extract. And inshallah in future we will work out accordingly. Means we will work out for the preparation of SBR to meet the examiner expectation. That's a key point. Not with our own wish. That's the point. So are you getting the point? Don't reply me yes or no. Make a one constructive point. What you are getting with my lectures? What you are getting with this particular lecture? Reply me. What is this? What you are getting about this type of lecture? This is not conventional type lecture. Let's start the things. Do reply me. Moreover, this is the plan 2. And you people know that why the provision should not be made for this provision, this particular plan 2 restructuring. Because it's not about to create any valid expectation, or it's not about the liability. It's not about the liability because it's ongoing next 2 years matter. So we cannot make the provision until unless some obligation some obligation created at that particular point. That is the point. So that's one plan 1, that's plan 2. And the another point. And the another point. This is what about the first thing we discuss, the very first thing, that how to handle the knowledge and obligation of IFRS 60. Knowledge and application about IFRS. And this is what about almost 60% of the exam paper. Now I am connecting the accounting issue with the ethical implications. But before moving towards, you must have to reply me what you have learned till now from this session. Do reply me. That's a very constructive point, that what you have learned this. Very good. That's really appreciating. That's really appreciating. That's good. Okay. Now it's time to discuss the thing, some ethical aspects. Ethical aspects. Now come on. Let's take one particular area. I'm not discussing in detail how to handle the ethics. Just a taste over there, because about the details related to ethics matter, you have to watch my regular videos related to ethics matter. But what I must say that, can you please read that particular scenario? It's not about the 15 marks. That's ignore the marks. Yes, I'm giving you the 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. You have total 5 minutes to read it, and whatever you consider, you have to develop the mind and make up key pointers. Make a key pointers. You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. Okay, so what do you say about that? The examination of the IAS 37 with the knowledge of accounting standard with ethical implications. How to handle the ethical issue, the complete aspect having different video. But here, just to get some idea that how examiner examine the accounting aspect with the ethical aspect. For example, this one, Gustoso is a public limited company, produces a range of luxury Italian food products, which are sold to restaurants, shops, supermarkets. It prepares financial statement accordance with IFRS. Okay, highlighting point. Directors of Gustoso receive a cash bonus here if reported profit for the period exceed a predetermined target. Gustoso has performed in excess of the target in the year end 31st December 2007. And forecast exceed, however, pessimistic due to economic uncertainty and stagnant nationwide wage growth. This is what about the paragraph. This paragraph, it's more about to develop a background of ethical issue, about self-interest, personal interest, threats of objectivity. That is the point. That means bonus depends on the profit, and we have achieved the current year profit, and next year profits are expected that having pessimistics. So I am manipulating the accounts here. Moreover, this is September 2018 SBR question, where this part of aspect, the provision aspects, it's one issue. Actually, examiner particular incorporated two accounting issues. Number one, provision. Number two, derivatives. But I'm not here to discuss about derivatives. So the provision, a new accountant recently started work at Gustoso. She noticed that provision balance 31st/7 significantly higher than prior year. And she made inquiries of the finance director, who explained that increase was due, the increase was due to substantial changes in the food safety and hygiene laws, which become effective 2018. As a result, Gustoso must retrain a large portion of the workforce. This retraining has yet to occur, so provision has been recognized for the estimated 2 million. You tell me, is it possible to make the provision for this retraining? Is the retraining something about the liability? No, retraining, it's not about the liability. But they have made the provision. The accountant is unsure if the current accounting treatment is correct, but feels uncomfortable approaching to the finance director. This is the highlighting matter. Now, what's the requirement? Do remember that in the SBR exam, the section A question 2 always attached to professional marks. Always attached to professional marks. Professional marks means how you answer the question in a logical manner. Logical means if the issues about accounting and issues about ethics. So first handle the accounting issues as I discussed earlier. Knowledge plus connection of the case means knowledge and application. Then answer the ethical aspect. Then you will easily get the 2 marks of the professional as well. The rest of the 2 marks we will discuss later. In the ethics question, this is very much important. There are 2 personalities in this question. Number 1, director. Yes. Number 1, director. Number 2, accountant. 2 personalities. Must have to careful about whom aspect the ethical issues are discussing here. Here particularly mentioned with respect to accountant. Number 1, you have to mention the accounting implications. Means make a heading about the accounting implications and start writing. Then discuss the ethical issue with that aspect. With viewpoint of the accountant, what they have the option. So first, the answer about accounting implications. Same, the provision that's about the knowledge of accounting standards. You remember? The first thing. Number 2, the case. One minute silent, please, because prayers is going on here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Okay, so first thing is about the accounting implications. You have to make the head. Sir, should we make the head? Yes, you have to make the heading. Accounting implications and start. Number one, provision. Number two, for example, IFRS 5. Number three, IFRS 9. One by one, make a discussion. Then incorporate the ethical implications. How to handle the ethical matter. My detailed lecture available about how to handle the ethics. This is not the right time to discuss how to handle the ethics. But in a very broader context, if I'm going to discuss in a quick manner, first of all, I will start why the financial statements are prepared. The financial, and for whom the financial statements are prepared. The financial statements are prepared to the user of the financial statement, where they trust us. They trust that the accounts are prepared according to true and fair view. And that's also mentioned with the IAS 1. The first thing. So you have to start the ethics in this momentum. Why the preparation of the financial statement are made. But here the ethical issue is that there are some error where overstate the liability, understate the profit. That's a key point. That's about the provision, and which affect to the self-interest or objectivity. The point is that the director intimidating means pressurizing to the accountant. So what the accountant should do, the very first thing is that overall, we have to follow the ACCA code of conduct of the ethics. And the accountant must have to discuss the matter with the director. If the directors, if it's not possible or director not confusing, then approach to the other directors, executive, non-executives. If it's not possible, then play a role as a whistleblower. If it's not possible, approach to the ACCA or other accountancy body. If it's not possible, resign. Take legal advice. If it's not possible, then take resign. My detailed lecture of the ethics actually incorporated all the steps related to ethical matter. But this is what about the basics, how to handle the ethical issues. So are you getting the point? How to handle the ethical matter? Yes or no? Can you please reply me? Can you please reply me? That's good. That's very good. This is what about the marking scheme. But about the marking scheme and the time management, another session I will conduct. Moreover, this is what I have discussed till now. How to handle the accounting standard, how to handle the accounting standard with the ethical matter. Moreover, with respect to the accounting issue, one very important thing during preparation, that is about integrated questions. Integrated questions. That is about integrated questions. Integrated means accounting standard questions, but with other standard. But right now I'm not discussing, but it's the part of that particular document. You have to handle the things with the same manner. It's not very much complicated, but you can handle accordingly. This is the point. Moreover, the very last point, one moment, about this session, one moment. Yes, a very important point. A very important point that you have to consider, that's how the accounting issues, yes, connect with the performance measurement aspect. There are two dimensions of the performance measurement. The first dimension, I'm not discussing the second dimension. The first dimension is that accounting issues and connect with different accounting type ratios. For example, read this requirement. Discuss how 16 million provision associated with ICOMA moved to head office and sublet to hold office should be accounted with 37 and contingent assets. Okay, this is the first point. This is the point. But this actually provision matter connect with the company's ethical issue. With the company's performance measurement issues. Performance measurement issue, this one. Now read it in this manner. Yes. This is about the IAS 37 matter. This is what the requirement about. This is what the requirement about IAS. And this is what about requirement about performance measurement. Calculate the impact of above adjustment B1 here IAS 37. Ignore B2. And will have on profit before tax 25 million for the year ended 30th September X4. Ignore any potential tax complications. Are you getting the point? Means incorporate these things with the income statement profit before tax aspect. Profit before tax aspect. That is the point. That integrate the accounting issues with the performance measurement with the financial statement aspect. Sometimes examiner connect the case with the EPS, sometimes with the gearing ratio. And this is another sign of the question that examiner normally reflecting in the paper. But this is one area of the performance measurement. Another part of the performance measurement, it's independent, like sustainable reporting, integrated reporting, and so on. NP APMs. So you have to, I personally suggest that I will share you that particular question. You have to attempt that question. You have to work out that question and attempt it accordingly. Finally, I must say that two more questions you have to attempt. Number one, this one. That's a question of the Kachan. And number two, ICOMA. But before attempting this question, make sure you have a good enough knowledge of IAS 37 and IAS 19. You have good enough knowledge of IAS 37 and 19. So complete IAS 37, complete IAS 19, then attempt these questions where the accounting issues, where the performance measurement issues as well. So this part of the session actually include the SBR 360 connect with accounting matters, sorry, this part of the session actually about the discussion related to how to handle the accounting issues, some part related to the ethical matter, connect with the ethical matter, and a little bit about performance measurement. I will conduct another session of the SBR 360, about the SBR 360, where I will discuss some points related to IS 37 and conceptual framework, and some current development related to IS 19 and other areas. That's why we will complete the quick briefing about how the meaning of SBR 360 and actually about the roadmap towards the SBR success. Last wording, the subject is not the AFR, means you studied FR and only accounting, advanced accounting standards. No, it's more than that. More than that, 4 more things: framework, ethical implications, current development, performance measurement, plus all integrations. All integrations. That's important. So I hope that the particular session, it's useful for you. If you really feel that this particular session is useful to me, to you people, please do reply, give the constructive feedback on the WhatsApp group if you really want to continue this type of sessions. Do reply me on the WhatsApp group. That's the first thing. So from my side, thank you very much. Take care a lot. Assalamu alaikum.